nobody coming to the cookout. Every time I hear about it, I just think they coming. And then now I feel like they not. I keep on getting mad about that. And I feel like they not even coming. And now we over there setting up on what it
Oh,
nobody coming to the cookout.
why you say that?
Because they talking about work.
Nah, man, don't think like that, man. Look, Thursday, scripture breakdown. Now, Muhammad coming down here. He gonna be at the school teaching from 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock. Then after that is game night. Everybody gonna be at the school playing all kind of different games, Uno, PlayStation, Street Fighter, all that, right? Brother's gonna step out after that, but then Friday, we're gonna be feeding people from 10 to 2. We're gonna feed our people at J.C. Napier in university. So we're gonna do a food and clothing drive. After that, family day. On top of during family day, also we're gonna have a sisters tea party. So everybody's coming to that. And at the family day, it's gonna be bowling, movies. It's gonna be a restaurant in there, arcade, and that's just the start. Saturday is the cookout, the blackout cookout. It's at 1 o'clock to 6. Everybody coming down here.
Well, sir, I'm very happy now.
You good?
I'm very happy now.
That's what's up, man. Let's go help our brothers, all right? All right, my man.
Take a ride in the spaceship. Watch me slide in the glide as I ride on the spaceship.
All right, Shalom Israel. We are the ICK on One West on Sister Hall, New York, under commanding Junior Hunter. Tonight is Friday night, last one for the Dodge player, and it's being taught 3,050 for Boston. So today we are to go over. Okay, so today we will be teaching the biblical and Hebrew names of nations, right? There's going to be a pretty decent list, pretty decent sized list. So what we're going to do is we're just going to jump right in. Now, what I actually want to implement so that tune in on the people tuning in on like follow with me. I want to find out the DLB, or you can say the blue letter Bible, you know, in the linear coordinate. Set up your way. You can be able to find the depth of where you are in the Bible. And now I'm talking about today, I'm going to talk about the nation. So I don't have it clear. And it's giving a little bit of time to get that for you. Right. So if you hear my voice and say, give me good tips or one in the chat, by the time I put the top or something like that, or anything, whatever. Right? Right. So, what we're gonna do is while I on the board, I'm gonna put it up on DLE. So, like I said, the another board, we're gonna know if you're hearing or not. We're gonna look through the Bible or so, I'm thinking we're gonna do the Bible. Right. So, gonna walk down all of these things where they come. So first we got Israel. Right. Sound really distant. All right, the sound should be a little better. So the first one we got is Israel, right? This nation will be found, or its first exception will be found in Genesis, the 25th chapter. So type in Israel in the BLB. They should give us a list. It's supposed to be 25. They give me everything but 25, but that's no sweat. See, so like I'm in still Genesis. Make sure I get 25 or 30. All right, we're gonna scroll down. All right, then no sweat. It's supposed to be up here under Genesis 25. Ah, there we go. Boom. Jacob is our point of reference, and that's why it to be found in Genesis, the 25th chapter, right? In Genesis, the 25th chapter is where you first see Esau and you first see Israel, right? Esau came first, Israel came out second, but either way it go, you'll find them both there. Now, granted, in Genesis 25, it's going to say Jacob, but at some point in time, Jacob's name was later changed to Israel. And that's where we get that part from, is why it will be found at 25. So when you notice you're right, uh, Genesis 25, right next to where you first find Israel, right? So it's going things like the first Hebrew people, or the Hebrew man got it, every nation. So the first one, Israel, because well, we stand on top of everybody. So we gotta go first. It only makes sense. All right. But granted, Esau was born first, but that don't matter, right? Because the younger one was ruled over the older. And the Hebrew, so the biblical name is Israel, right? So, so and then up here, we're gonna write Hebrew. So, Yasha Allah, right? So, like, let me fact check myself, because my spelling be off in English. I feel way better than Hebrew. It's easier that way. I got it right, but still, I think it's still. I'm telling you, that's what happens when you actually put an effort to get rid of English, but then you gotta really, so you kind of need English, because in this captivity, we all need a slavery. You know, we all gotta, we all gotta be able to sustain ourselves somehow. You know, most of everybody that's out there in the world that speak English, right? So we gotta also be considerate of them. But the day everybody comes in, we're going to English away. It's gotta happen. All right, it's gotta happen. It don't make sense of it. All right, so we got Israel, we got Allah, we have Esau, which would be Edom, or Salaki. No, I have it wrong. Esau is, like, that's actually the nation called So, I tell you, they come, so they would be, so right there was the out of one. I said, I didn't got it, but I had to go back to it myself, I gotta be able to do it. Right, so, Israel, got your olive, Edom, out of one. Plus, that out of one is actually the color of red. When Esau came out in the first and second, he was going red, carry all over. So, like they came up with a blanket term for themselves and try to feel so-called white, but really they're red. You know what I'm saying? If you ever seen the first of a naked Caucasian, they're red. They're redder than these ones. You get what I'm saying? But that's just fun. But this is actually not only blanket nature, it's also a color. Right. So when we go color class, and I don't usually use this instantly. You know what I'm saying? You should know that instantly. Like this is like the snap of your head, right? So next we have Moab. And what I'm gonna do is my phone thing last Moab. Right? You know what Moab is? All right. Let me do it like this, right? And we're gonna add some extra to it. So Israel is in right, like, we don't feel like, related. But we know it consists of the so-called Haitian, the so-called Jamaican, the so-called Trinidadian, and so on and so forth, right? So the folks that say like black, Latino, Mexican, right? And then you don't see so-called, just so-called like, all right. So Moab or Moab, uh, Chinese. Yeah, then Chinese over right? So now that you know that Moab is Chinese, so you give me a rough guess of who. So like, you give me a rough estimate of who Ammon is. Go for it. So I guess I said, go ahead. Japanese people. There we go. Thanks. Right. Now, a not so fun fact about them, right? These two nations right here, they brother and sister, whatever you want to call that, but they ancestors was met to infant. So, and all the eight people you see out there in the world are literally generation of words and infant. Like, so they like they got this certain look in their face and stuff like that. Yeah, there's a reason for it. Yeah, yeah, we're gonna end up reading about it. Let's say at some point in time. As a matter of fact, I'll just say where it's at after class. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know if there's kids tuning in. Um, I don't really want them to, just learn about something so absurd and so crazy unless it's from their own parents. Come on, man, right? Unless I'm told otherwise. So, like next to this, we're gonna put Genesis 25. for Israel, Yasha'Ara, and Adawan, right? Genesis 25. And Moab and Ammon will be found in Genesis 19. And this also proves that I'm like, it sounds good. It sounds real good on paper. It sounds good content, but our, us, the so-called Negroes, Latino made meaning. You came a little later than everybody else. So, you know what I'm saying? So this is where our people try to feel up like in the worst way. You ain't ever noticed a lot of our people be like, yeah, the first edition was black, or the first Asian was black. That right there helped us trick ourselves in mistake and knowing these heathen ideology. Because now we got, brothers believing in Buddha because they believe that Buddha might be black or the first person to worship Buddha was black or that's what we become some about ourselves. Right? So it's always good to remember we really are not. We came later than everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So that was this next thing, right? So I'm gonna just be giving out like random facts while we go through this list, right? So next we have Ishmael. Go ahead. Ah, Salahi. Good water. All right. So first what I'm gonna do is I do the two with the good lemon to like the lemon. More than I thought. Right. So I got I want to you and one, three, two, three, two, roll down, two, down, that thing right here says read. You think like that, like you said, I'm dumb, but really, I'm dumb. Like, I'm dumb, really, I'm but that's the downside of, really best at my language is that, to people with background with members of Congress and this is a new year. This is even shorter, some is shorter. But, we are here, we are really the food, we don't think it's correct, the word, most kind of real, right? Sometimes you gotta be careful with real word, like, and Israel, this is what I mean. Those homies to feel the things that be there. And why not to be there? Because it would be Israel. Then they add all of this right here. But really, this is Israel. go back. All it is, and so look, we get the doing thing this right thing. I feel like being young is like, you feel like her, you know, so you know what I'm saying, you can't think to. When you see stuff like that, run. Don't choose still, you know what I'm saying? But when you see it like that, like that, Israel is not this, because everybody trying to do stuff like that, it's like, oh, well, what's that other word like this? Like that Israel again, you gotta find another word. And every time you see Israel mentioned in English, and you say, Israel, trying to get everything, it always is not so like the other. So we got them having to do it Israel, right here. When you see God, 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 I, God, so that's the other. So Israel is like, oh, you know, like this. In order to confuse you, and if you don't have to yet, which is when you say, they Israelites, they don't see it. For instance, they don't have some weird name, you know, like being Israel, when it's supposed to be confined Yasha'Allah. And that name is made out of pure gibberish, because when all the gibberish, because Yiddish ain't nothing to do, straight to gibberish, usually things do, like, that's how they do Yiddish. That's why we got to be weird, because this is, this is sound language of the real Hebrew is the strict I, right? It ain't never been the yeah, it ain't never been it, it ain't never been none of, you know what I'm saying? You get this focus. Let me see if I can use this one trick. I've seen it on TikTok. Make folks on your hand. Most I have tried. See, the glorious. The people use social media and internet to destroy our people. While the UPK used it to make it easier to teach our people. We use it against what everybody else tried to use it for. They use it to destroy us, we use it to get each other up. All right? So now what everybody should be looking at the names for these, and then I'm gonna go back and find what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna write the rest of the nation down, then we're gonna go back and we're gonna find every single one of them. Now, like I said, the reason why in Genesis 25, you ain't gonna just find Israel, because Jacob name before Jacob never changed to Israel, it was Jacob, right? But we were still able to find Edom or out of one, literally inside of the 25, right? So of course, when we look at Genesis 19, we'll find Moab and Ammon, and it's kind of weird as to how we got to find them. If I'm if I choose it, let's play stuff like this. Okay, so next we have Elam. Do you know what Elam is? No, wait. Before that, we got Ishmael. Salaki. I got the gun right there. So Ishmael. You know, Ishmael is want to get the crack at it? Yeah. How long you been in Nashville? All right, so were you able to figure out who sell the most firearms in the black neighborhood? Ah, well, I was about to say, if you knew that, then you knew the answer to who he from. Ishmael was the Abraham. So, so yeah, I was most of the shot, right? Hold on. Yeah, thanks for the time, I believe I accidentally typo with my kid. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna fact check this real quick. Well, as a matter of fact, we can use the tool in real life. Right? So we're gonna go back to the blue letter Bible. So can't nobody say I'm making this up. On full screen this. Boom. Then we're gonna type in Ishmael. Sometimes I just be trying stuff. There was look when you start this taking this little interest, like this strong interest into the large market dots, you start just doing stuff. Just start like kind of, you know, I don't know how to explain it. All right, but you gonna see what I'm talking about. You just start trying stuff, and then you always be like, right. So boom, we got Ishmael, Genesis 16 and 11. So we're gonna go to tools. All right, in the linear, we scroll down. We go to Ishmael, Yasha Ma I La. So I had it right. You know what I'm saying? But it's good to do stuff like that though. You get to test yourself, even if it's like in the smaller way of testing yourself. You see, I can teach it and still test myself to be sound correct. And in the process, they teach people like, oh, so like, man, this I gotta get used to this mic right here. Because matter of fact, I'm just holding it the whole time I'm teaching. We're just gonna do it like this. All right, class. This is how we gotta do this. All right. So Ishmael is the so-called Arabs. So we're gonna write Arabs. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say Middle Eastern because technically we would be considered Middle Eastern because that's really where we're from. It wouldn't make sense for us to just call them Middle East. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set my notes up, turn the sleep mode off. We're gonna have a ball piece. All right. So you wanna okay, now this right I ain't gonna lie, a lot of brothers really take them to the core right here. I'm gonna put their first inception as well, where you'll first see Ishmael. That'll be fine. Genesis 10. Genesis 10 you'll also find. We're gonna write Gen 10. Then we're gonna do Ayalum or Elam. The Hebrew word for it is Ayalum. But we wanna guess what Elam is? Basically everybody I'm naming after Israel or us are people who benefit off the backs of so-called Black Latinos, Native Indians. Who got some of the most on gas stations in the hood aside from the area? Well, they so-called Jewish. They're not even mad at you. You know what I'm saying? We the Jews. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get into the habit of saying, yeah, we the Jews. You know what I'm saying? You should go get your shirt. It's a brother that sells shirts. One of them got I'm the blacks are the real Jews. You know what I'm saying? But that was a side part. So like, so you want to take another guess at it? They thought like this. There we go. We got East Indians. There we go. Man, that might racist of me, wasn't it? I'm black. I can't be racist. You know what I'm saying? No. Man, they racist. Mm. You see, I almost said East Israel. I got brain fart. I bring up our tribe. I was just gonna write. I almost had to write our tribe right here. That's why you gotta like be kind of focused in a sense. So we got East Indians. That's where you get. So yeah, I right? So far you should have Israel, Edom, Moab, Ammon, Ishmael, Elam, right? And the Hebrew name for them would be Yasha'Allah out of one, Mawa Abba, Imawan, and Shama'ai, it's like and Shama'ai Allah, and then you got Ayalun. But really, I would like to say Yashamai Allah because that's really like the easier way to say it. And I believe that's sound. You know what I'm saying? When I say sound, it means like correct. You know what I'm saying, right? So next we have Japheth. Japheth or Japheth, so like I don't expect you to get this. Do you want to take a guess at it? And then people that would be your pop. All right then. Those are the Samoans. Those are the so-called Samoans. Right? Fun fact. Crib Mac, he not a brother, that's a Samoan. He come from Japheth. Next we have Ham. And no, I'm not saying we serving ham in the school. That's literally their name is Ham. Now, do you know what ham is? You hear us say it a lot. Okay, tell me what it is. The Africans. Gotcha. I like how you got that right. We must talk about Hamites a lot. I'm like, I'm like, hey, you can't do nothing but say something about all the crazy stuff they like to do, like act like they is. All right. So we got next we have Miss Ryan. Unfun fact. You ever seen that movie Queen of Slim? Hamite. The dude saying got to pay to get out. Hamite. Yeah, ain't not none of this. That's why we always saying something about them. Cause it's like they put all this time and effort to act like us and get money off of acting like us. And they don't even like us at all, not even in the slightest. Right? So that Juicy skit was heavy, but people not really getting what he's saying. You know what I mean? Because most of the people that got the British accent, you'll be surprised at how many Africans or how many Hamites are over there, like in the UK or with that British accent. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them really be heathens. You know what I'm saying? You'll know if it's our people because they still got that strong West Indian accent. You know what I'm saying? But when they got that heavy British accent, in most cases, and like we still got some brothers out there that got this accent, but in most cases, you would automatically suspect Ham. You suspect Hamites or Africans. Do you want to tell me who Matzarium is? Or Ms. Ryan Matzarium? Okay, what is that? What is that? I ain't never heard nobody do that. What's that, Marie? So like Australia and New Zealand. No. I'm gonna tell you that right now. It's no. Right? Uh, okay. I'm gonna give you a fun fact. Matzarium actually means bondage. Who was one of the first people to put black people, so-called black Latino Native Indians in slavery? Who was some of the first? Yeah, like before that. Why do we celebrate the Passover? Because the Most High, exactly, them, the Egyptians. Egyptians. You get my start. Yeah, so I like doing random stuff like this. It's weird knowing they names and like it's meaning behind all their names though. I should do another class talk about the meanings of everybody's name. That way people will get a better look as to how most of these people are. Right? Mhm. But you'll find this in 10. You'll find him in 10. Mostly you're gonna find in the 10th chapter of Genesis. Mount Azarium, also Genesis chapter 10. But notice that everybody that's in Genesis 10, they are literally, let me do, that's how I put these right here. But notice that everybody is in a lot of chapters way before Genesis 25, where we came in. So when people be saying we the first to do this, we the first there, we the first there, no. Now, granted, we are trendsetters. We tend, and that's why it's toxic for us to be involved with heathens, because we'll take what they doing and we do it better. But then, it just flows throughout history. And then a lot of people think, oh, I people the first to do it. No, they just picked it up from people that picked it up from in the first place. And that's why we over here stressing, talking about gas prices, and why Nashville wants $2,500 rent on the flat rate for one bedroom. Very straightforward. That's what happens. We get involved with them. We get lost in the sauce. We get everything to know. We the last ever thought about it. We the last we thought about when something good happens and everything horrible happens. We the last to get help. As a matter of fact, we don't get help. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's important to know exactly where they are found. You know what I'm saying? In the Bible. But it also breaks it away from we were the first there, we were the first this. But not the first, we're just the best. And I ain't talking about like this and what they do. I'm talking about the best people. I'm like, we gotta be like the best nation known to man is the most high God told us to be separate from everybody else. He could have chose anybody else. He chose us. It's clearly something about it. You know what I'm saying? Something that makes us better than everybody. And if you look at you read from Genesis all the way through Revelation, you will be able to get a huge grip as to why he chose it. Really, if you read the earlier chapter, right? Like from Genesis all the way through, let's say the first time the Torah, you read the Torah, you will be able to get a glimpse, not a glimpse, but you get an idea as to why you want to choose it or being like this. And then the further you read into the Bible, you start realizing how we and how the heathen, how we other nations, how messed up the world all the time. And they never change. Because think about it. If it ain't both don't fix it, which if they way of oppressing everybody and doing all this bad stuff, what's good for them, what makes you think they'll fix it? So of course you'll be able to match up what they do today and trace it all the way back to what they were doing back in the biblical days, right? So, I ain't gonna hold it any longer. Like I said, this one, that right here gonna be a little different. All right. So next we have Canaan, which is another set of Africans, right? Then we got Cush, which is also another set of Africans. Then we got Foot. Just blow my mind what I'm gonna say next. Which another set of Africans. All of these three are Africans. You get what I'm saying? And that's another reason why a lot of people believe that we African is because they just see somebody dark and then they see like images from back then. They see dark people, but they never realize we not even so-called black people aren't actually black. They are. We're brown. We're brown. We just different shades of brown. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's important to know exactly where they're found in the scriptures because if we like just don't acknowledge where it's found and we don't match up everybody's actions with how they act today, we'll get lost in the sauce. Cause you'll notice all of our actions, whether we do good or bad, which I'll be focused on doing good, it matches up with the 12 tribes of Israel. You get what I'm saying? And everything that we experience in the world and what we be seeing and all that, you'll notice it matches up with all these different types of Africans. It matches up with these Egyptians, these Arabs. It just mixes. It just overall just you could tell, you could decipher who is who in the Bible based off of their actions today. You know what I'm saying? And that's why even so-called white people will agree with, like when we be speaking in camp, they'll agree with us talking about uh Esau and Edom. A lot of them agree because they some of them done actually read the Bible and that's why they don't read it no more. They they done read the Bible and done scared themselves. So when we speaking, they can't be like, oh, they be like, you're right, you're right. They just be throwing donations in the bucket. You seen it. You know what I'm saying? That's because they read the Bible and they was even able to match up the actions of who was who in the Bible, who was who. So a lot of you'll be surprised at how many of these so-called white people know that the blacks and Latinos are and Native Americans are the real Jews. Yeah, it is surprising. And it's crazy that more of their people know more than our people. But now we're in a beautiful day and age that like our people know people. They might not be in school, but they are hip to it. And they're going to be here very soon. Yeah. So, yeah. I don't know. And then you said you already kind of hold to the time, right? Come on, time. You know what I mean? Just make sure you get it. Let me see that. You get to it. Let's see. You don't find the word. Yeah, don't even in the trash. Tell me something. Put it into a word. No, no, you know. I think put it in words. I know that's gonna happen. Hey, you make it right? Now give me how to win into it. Read it up there. No, no, we don't do it. Yeah. The dude is right. That way, right. Nope. Yeah. Okay, so it's actually really kind of it's probably how it works. Because it's really good. I don't pitch it. Well, I don't feel but really, you know, palm, but really just imagine the palm of the hand. Just stop on that. All right. So we are the actual case started one West Central District Hall, New York, under Commander General Hunter, and that will be the end of this class. Shalom.
Man, ain't nobody coming to the cookout. Every time I hear about it, I just think they coming. And then now I feel like they not. I keep on getting mad about that. And I feel like they not even coming. And now we over there setting up on what it
Oh,
nobody coming to the cookout.
why you say that?
Because they talking about work.
Nah, man, don't think like that, man. Look, Thursday, scripture breakdown. John Muhammad coming down here. He gonna be at the school teaching from 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock. Then after that, it's game night. Everybody gonna be at the school playing all kind of different games, Uno, PlayStation, Street Fighter, all that, right? Brothers gonna step out after that, but then Friday, we're gonna be feeding people from 10 to 2. We're gonna feed our people at J.C. Napier in university. So we're gonna do a food and clothing drive. After that, family day. On top of during family day, also we're gonna have a sisters tea party. So everybody's coming to that. And at the family day, it's gonna be bowling, movies. It's gonna be a restaurant in there, arcade, and that's just the start. Saturday is the cookout, the blackout cookout. It's at 1 o'clock to 6. Everybody coming down here.
Oh, sir, I'm very happy now.
You good?
I'm very happy.
That's what's up, man. Let's go help our brothers, all right?
Alright, come on.
All right, my man.
Take a ride in the spaceship. Watch me slide